This is red screen information sharing. This is a valuable message regarding fuel pumps in modern vehicles. Now, many times you will have a car that runs fine, and sooner or later, things start to go wrong. Now, I own a Kia. In fact, I've owned several Kias over the last few years, and I love these vehicles. They run so well. But here's what happens is your Kia gets somewhere around 100,000 miles, and suddenly you will go out to start the car, and the motor will just turn and turn and turn, and yet it will not start. This is a common problem for Kia. So it might happen to you, and maybe even more than Kias. Other vehicles, this could happen as well. So you will see that listening to this could save you a lot of frustration and a lot of money. Now, Kia in particular has some parts that only Kia Motors makes for the vehicles. Many other parts are sold by other auto parts stores. But regarding the fuel pumps on vehicles rarely ever go. These fuel pumps are like horses. They're so strong and they're built so well. There's not a lot of things that can go wrong with a fuel pump. And yet, you will find that a lot of people say or they felt that their fuel pump went bad. This is really hardly ever the case, although people pay a lot of money regularly to have it done. In most cases, the problem is not the fuel pump. And mechanics often know this, and they actually are ripping you off. And here's what I mean. So your car won't start. You know you have gas. You know that the plugs are firing well. It's been tuned up, so that's not the problem. You've tried about everything, and you just can't get the thing to start, and your battery's about to die. So here's what you do. If it's a Kia, go to the Kia dealership and ask them for what is called the fuel pump relay. Now, the relays are rather large master fuses that are underneath your hood. There's a small compartment that they're encased in, usually on the left side of the motor, generally, maybe on the right. And there's a snap-off lid. Now, you'll take the lid off, and you'll see that there's probably somewhere between 6 and 8 of these fuses, and they plug in almost like, a plug in the wall at home. You just pull it out. It takes a little effort, but just pull it out. But you don't need to pull them all out. Here's what you do: is you look at the bottom of the lid. So you turn it upside down and look at it, and it will show you the diagram of these relays. And it'll tell you that one of them, it'll show you which one, is the one for the fuel pump. So when this goes bad, the electric signal is no longer reaching the fuel pump so that it works. It's actually, the signal is dying right there. So if you go to the dealership, it's $40, and it's well worth it, because here's what happened with me. I was told, don't go to the dealership, they're too expensive. Napa sells all the parts for Kias. So I went to Napa and I said, do you sell all the Kia parts? Oh, yes, we do. So I said, okay, do you sell the the fuel pump relay? Oh, yeah, we do. They go back and get it. It was only like $11. I said, wow, great. So I took it and I replaced the relay, but the car still didn't start. So now I was thinking, I got to take it to a mechanic. So the mechanic is looking at it, and I said, now I just replaced the fuel pump relay, and it's still not working. So, I don't know what to say about that, but I need you to help me figure this out. So he goes, well, he tested that relay, and it did work. So he goes, well, if it's not that, it's got to be the fuel pump or something else. So they tried a whole bunch of things, and finally, they actually spoke to a mechanic who said, you know, does the relay say that it is a part that's from Kia Motors? And they looked at it and they said, no, it's aftermarket from Napa. So that mechanic said, with Kias, you've got to go get the one from Kia or it's not going to work. Now, in the meantime, the guy had already replaced my fuel pump, the fuel filter, a couple other things. And he tried so much, and between his time and effort and parts, he wanted to charge me $1,000. Now, this mechanic really wasn't his fault because I replaced the relay before I brought it to him. So he was thinking, okay, well, it's obviously not the relay. And it was the relay. Just that I bought it from the wrong place. Now, Kia, they actually have the relay that has a component that does work. When you plug it in, it looks the same, but it has an extra component that actually sends that electronic signal to the fuel pump to go ahead and operate. So save yourself it ended up costing me $700. So, and they wanted $1,000, but I said, I can't, come on guys. I said, a lot of this was experimental on your part, and I'm not paying you guys to learn. I mean, really, this is something I would have hoped you would have known. I'm not the mechanic, you are. So I paid him $700. So save yourself a lot of money, folks. And if your car won't start, go to the dealership, buy the correct relay, and put it in, and you will probably see your car will start right up. Hopefully this has been helpful. I wish someone had made one like this for me, but hopefully it helps you and saves you some time, money, and aggravation.